Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again for another NHL 17 simulation video, where today we are going to test and see how good a team of this year's unrestricted free agents will be, and if they can possibly win a Stanley Cup. So, I got this idea from somebody who posted it in the comment section of the Kovalchuk video, which if you guys haven't seen yet, make sure to go check that out. It's been a pretty decently viewed video so far since I've made that, but today we're going to see if an entire team made up of this coming year's unrestricted free agents could possibly join together and maybe have a very nice showing in the regular season and possibly win a Stanley Cup. So, as for the rules of the franchise mode, once again, all the fun stuff is turned off. Franchise mode's off, morale's off, assistant coaches off, the edit lines are off, salary cap I had turned off because I think this team's total salary goes over the cap, so I didn't want to worry about relocating or taking players off my team and whatnot. And we replaced the Colorado Avalanche just because they were the worst team last year, and I felt like that was a good choice. Here's the lineup. So first pair, Patrick Sharp 86, Joe Thornton 90 overall, and TJ Oshie 88. Still a solidly good first line. Second line, Thomas Vanek 86, Martin Hanzal 85, and Jaromir Jagr 87. The ageless wonder. Let's see if he plays till he's 50 years old. I would love to see it. Third pair, Patrick Marleau 85, Nick Bonino 84, and Alexander Radulov 86. And then fourth pair, Chris Kunitz 84, Mike Fisher 84, and Ran Bravada 84. So the reasoning that I went with these certain players, once again, I had a bunch of ties for players with like 84 overalls and things like that for offense, on defense too with like 85s. The reason I chose these certain players over other players was I took an age into consideration as well, and upside, I guess, of the age, and you know, just their past performances in the past of who would actually benefit more from being put on a team, and the production that they could be if they were to, you know, continue to play hockey and sign with another team and see how good their production would be. So that's the main reason that I chose a bunch of these players here, and why I left some players off. But that's what the offense looks like. Defensively, we have Carl Alsner 87, Kevin Shattenkirk 90, Chris Russell 85, Michael Stone 85, Trevor Daley 85, and Dennis Wideman 84. Pretty nice little, decently young free agent defensive core right here with Shattenkirk 27, Alsner 28, Russell 29, Michael Stone only 26, and then Daley and Wideman 32 and 33 respectively. I think the only person that got cut out of this was, I think, Mark Streit and Brian Campbell, and obviously they're both pretty old up there in age, I think 37 and 38, and that's the main reason I went with Wideman and Daley over those two guys. So that's what the defense looks like. And then goaltending, oh, Steve, I still wish you were on my team and not Neuwirth, but alas. So 86 overall Steve Mason and 84 overall Brian Elliott. I think the only tie I had in goalie was either Brian Elliott or Ryan Miller, and Ryan Miller is 36 years old, so I went with Brian Elliott. Special teams, power plays, penalty kills, I'm just going to leave it at best lines for all that fun stuff. And we're going to see how good this team can simulate. So, once again, I think I'm going to take it all the way up until after the All-Star break to see how they do. And I will see you guys then. So let's set the calendar. We'll get the simulation started all the way up till February 2nd. Let's see how good this team, if they were brought together of all UFAs, let's see how good they will do. Okay guys, so we have simulated past the All-Star break, and surprising to me, this team is actually not doing too bad. I guess the top couple lines are really pulling their weight, and that defensive core is really pulling their weight as well. They sit at a record of 26, 14, and 8, 60 points for third place in the, what division is this? The Central Division, I think. So they're not doing too bad. They're actually not doing too bad at all. They've had a lot of like overtime wins and shootout wins of that sort, and the team is kind of pulling its weight. Just to do a little quick checkup on the stats so far here. Joe Thornton with 53 points in 48 games. Not bad for a big Jumbo Joe. He still has it in him. 37 years old for sure. TJ Oshie with 44 points. Patrick Sharp at 37 points, but 25 goals for Patrick Sharp. Looks like he's the goal scorer on that top line. Old man Jagr with 36, Vanek with 24, Bonino with 20, Kunitz and Bravada both have 19, Hanzal with 17, Marleau with 14, Fisher with 12, and Radulov with 10. As we go take a look at the defenseman now, we got Kevin Shattenkirk with 44 points in 48 games. My God, the guy's a stud. He's up to a 91 overall now. Dennis Wideman has 19, Trevor Daley with 16, Chris Russell with 12, Carl Alsner with 8, and Michael Stone with 8. And then taking a look at the attendees here, we got Steve Mason and Brian Elliott. Brian Elliott's only played 6 games. Steve Mason 43, 2.71 goals against average, just a little bit high. Elliott 2.33. Mason is 24, 13, and 2. Elliott is 2, 1, and 2. Save percentages of 0.905 and 0.911. Both each have 1 shutout. Brian Elliott does have an assist. So, yeah, the squad is not doing too bad whatsoever. I thought that they would have been way too slow to possibly keep up with a bunch of the other teams like speed stats, but it seems like they're not doing too bad of a job keeping up with them so far, almost a little bit halfway through the season here. So, let us continue to roll here past the trade deadline, and let's see if we can get to the end of the regular season. Let's see if this squad will make the playoffs. Alright guys, so the regular season has indeed ended, and it looks like this unrestricted free agent team does have it in them to push a playoff spot. As you guys can see, those overtime and shootout losses really helped this team, I think, survive. 19 total shootout losses and, 19 total shootout or overtime losses combined. That's 19 extra points that they got from losses. Just to think if they could have got like half of those into the win column, they'd be sitting up there near the St. Louis Blues and the Nashville Predators for maybe top of the division. But looks like 5 total teams from the Central are going to the playoffs, and not a bad year for this unrestricted free agent team. That's no shying away from it. They played very, very well. Just take a look at the point totals here. Once again, Joe Thornton finished with 74 points, 50 assists. TJ Oshie with 62. Patrick Sharp was almost a 40 goal scorer. That's ridiculous. 38 total goals for Patrick Sharp, 59 points. Pretty damn good year for him. Yager with 54, Vanek with 39, Benino and Kunitz both at 33, Hansel with 30, Bravada 29, Marlowe 28, Fisher with 23, and Radulov with 21. Defensive side of things, freaking Kevin Shattenkirk with 65 points, 13 goals, 52 assists. Dennis Wyman with 24 points, Daly with 20, Russell with 16, Stone with 15, and Carl Alsner with 11. As you take a look at the goalie stats once again, 71 total starts for Mason, 2.55, 36, 20, and 6 with 0.912 save percentage and 3 shutouts. Brian Elliott finished 500 at 4, 4, and 4, 2.5 goals against with a 0.910 save percentage and 1 shutout. So, not a bad year for the guys who are hoping to get paid this summer, and they are going to take this squad into the playoffs. So, it looks like we're going to be playing, I think, the St. Louis Blues in the first round of said playoffs. And now we get to see if they can actually take it farther and push into that Stanley Cup. See if they can make it onto round number 2. So let's do 2 games at a time. Let's just do 2 games at a time between the series up against the St. Louis Blues. And I think the St. Louis Blues definitely had this team's number in the regular season. And as you guys can see, looks like they have their number first 2 games of this series, as our team does go down 2-0 here in the series, but they do come back with a 5-0 win in game number 3. And as for game number 4, they will lose it in overtime, but come back with a win in game number 5. So we are going to have a game number 6. And are they going to force a game 7? Yes, they are, with a 4-0 shutout. So you know we got to do an in-game simulation here for a game 7 for sure. So let's simulate up to this next game here. The free agents up against the St. Louis Blues. This is a game 7 here in round number 1. Let's see if this team can do it. Ignore the aces. First period, 1-0. Mike Fisher on Jake Allen from a weird angle. Second period, 1-0 still. Third period, can they hold on? Yes, they can. Trevor Daly gets one early in the period. Tarasenko does get one on Steve Mason, but the free agent team will hold on for a 2-1 victory, and they will go on to round number 2. All right. Not a bad job for this team. They're going on to round number 2. Not too bad, and they're going to be going up against the Nashville Predators in round number 2. So nice job there, boys. Nice job. Let's see if they can continue it going. Round number 2 up against Nashville. All right, 5-3 win in game number 1, 5-0 win in game number 2. Okay, game number 3 up 2-0 in the series, and they will take a 2-1 after an overtime loss, but they win game number 4, 4-0. With 2 shutouts in the series so far, they have a 3-1 series lead. Only need to win 1 of the next 3 games. Will it be in game number 5? No, it will not, as they drop that one 3-1. Will it be game number 6 at home? No, it will not, as the Nashville Predators come back and force a game number 7 after being up 3-1 in the series. Can this unrestricted free agent team not consider themselves to blow said 3-1 lead, as we will go to another game 7 here, and we'll see if the team can come through. First period, 1-1 tie, Old Man Yager and Ryan Ellis. Second period, 1-1. Third period of champions, it's going to overtime. Will they go into the conference finals? Yes, they will. Radim Verbata gets one past Rene in the face-off dot, and this team goes on to the Western Conference Finals. Damn, they're going to be playing, I think, the winner of Game 7 is between San Jose and Minnesota, and it will be the San Jose Sharks, and I think we have home ice advantage, I think, in this series, which is pretty interesting. I think they do have home ice advantage. Wow, that's pretty surprising. So, this team makes it all the way to the Western Conference Finals up against the San Jose Sharks, but they dropped the first 2 games at home against the Sharks, and it's a 4-2 loss, but they come through with game number 5 of the win. They need to win 4 straight games. Will they be able to do it? They get 2 back-to-back overtime wins. Game number 6, 5-2 loss, and that'll do it for this Cinderella team, finishing the playoffs with a 10-10 record. Not really too great, but you know what? The team did surprise me very, very good. It surprised me a very good bit. I didn't think they would get all the way. I thought they would make it into the playoffs, but I definitely didn't think they would make it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. So just give a quick little look at the playoff stats here. So Patrick Sharp, once again, 15 points. He had a really great year all around. Shattenkirk with 13, Yager and Vanek had 12, Hansel and Oshie with 11, Thornton had 10, Bonino 9, Verbata 8, Fisher, Marlowe, and Daly all with 7, Stone and Russell both have 6, Radulov 5, Kunitz 4, Weidman 3, Alsner only with 1, and then obviously the goalie stats there, Steve Mason 2.16, 10 and 8, .924 save percentage with 4 shutouts. Had a lot of shutouts, but really couldn't keep the puck out of the net in some sort of fashion all too well. And that is unfortunately how the squad will end. It will be the Florida Panthers. So it was Florida versus San Jose in the Stanley Cup, and the Florida Panthers do come out on top as they are the 2017 Stanley Cup champions. So, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. Maybe next time we could do RFAs. We'll see how a good team, the team of restricted free agents, might be able to do. If you guys want to see that, make sure to leave a comment down below if you do want to see that as well. But other than that, it was a nice little experiment, and this team made it to the Western Conference Finals and lost in 6 games to the San Jose Sharks. But like I said, we'll test out another simulation next time. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.